The dim evening light scattered shadows across the studio walls. Silence, like a delicate curtain, had settled over everything. Only the soft clinking of ice swirling in David's half-finished glass of water broke the stillness, a sound that seemed to carry the rhythm of an unspoken conversation. His voice was hushed, as if he didn't want anyone but her to hear. Bedroom photography. Those intimate, private styles, laced with subtle sensuality. I haven't done much of it, but it's always lingered in the back of my mind, like a temptation. His fingers gripped the glass a little tighter. The moist chill of it sent a soft shock through his skin. His gaze toward Lea grew more serious. "Why did you ask?" Lea replied gently, without pretense. "I meant the kind of work that shows the body. Not to provoke, but to understand. To uncover something deeper. But it's like you went straight to Playboy and Penthouse covers." David let out a laugh that drew fine lines at the corners of his eyes. He ran a hand through his messy hair as if trying to lighten the mood. "Honestly, until not long ago, I thought Penthouse was just the top floor of a building, not the name of a magazine." Lea burst out laughing, unable to help herself. "You always have something funny to say, don't you?" David pulled his phone from the pocket of his jeans, the screen's glow lighting up his face. He swiped through a few images, then without a word, held it out toward Lea. "These are some classic Penthouse covers. Bold, unapologetic, sometimes even artistic. Depends on how you look at them, and with what eyes." His gaze rested calmly on Lea's face, not seeking praise, not looking for approval. He simply wanted her raw, honest reaction. Every fine line beside her eyes, every twitch of her lips. To David, they were like pages of an unread book. Lea slowly dragged her finger across the screen, flipping through the images one by one. "Interesting. They feel more like women's magazines than what I expected men's magazines to look like." David nodded lightly as if he'd arrived at that conclusion himself long ago. "You're right. Most of these are shot through a feminine lens. Not that dominant male gaze you'd expect. But there's a new style emerging too. Slowly finding its place." He seemed to be rolling the next words around in his mouth. Resting his hand under his chin, he continued with a mischievous tone. "Ever heard of the God of Sex style?" Lea raised her eyebrows in surprise. Instantly and involuntarily, a spark of humor and curiosity lit up her eyes. "My God, that's actually a thing? The name sounds more like a Hollywood blockbuster than a photography genre." David chuckled. "It is a bold new style. You should see it. A kind of photography designed for men. Models who are supposed to appear powerful, unshakably confident, with a gaze that suggests complete control. Their bodies aren't just about form, they're images of dominance. A modern-day Zeus, powerful, sensual, and flawless." Lea gave a half-playful shrug. "And probably very seductive. The kind of seductive that's just for boys." David laughed. "Exactly. It's all about the outer show, a performance of power and image, but..." He shifted slightly in his chair. "There's another style too, softer. Emotional, erotic photography, where the focus is on feeling, on those moments when the eyes say something the body can't. A kind of soul touch, not just a display." A silent wave of understanding passed through Lea's eyes, recognition for what lay behind his words. Like someone who had finally heard something they'd been waiting for. "I prefer that one. Sometimes the deepest attractions are in silence, in a look that doesn't say, 'I want you,' but simply, 'I understand you.'" A pause followed, not heavy, not awkward, filled with something that words couldn't quite hold.